Today we will be looking at another question of pro rata allotment of shares. When a joint stock company issues shares, the number of shares applied for by the public may be more than the number of shares issued by the company. That is, there will be oversubscription. When there is oversubscription, there are two options available to a joint stock company. Either it can allot the shares by a draw of lots, that means by lottery system, and ones whose names come out, they will be allotted shares according to the number of shares issued by the company, or it may be on pro rata basis. What is pro rata basis? Pro rata basis means in a particular ratio. Like for example, a person applies for 10 shares, he is allotted 6 shares. Another person applies for say 20 shares, he is allotted 12 shares. So the ratio is that for every 5 shares you apply, you are allotted 3 shares. So in this case, what happens is that the excess application money that you have paid, that is adjusted towards the allotment money due. So the company will not refund that excess money, but they will keep it to be adjusted towards allotment. And when the allotment money becomes due, you will pay that much less. That means the money will be adjusted towards the allotment money due. So let us look at question number 45 of D.K. Goel. A company issued for public subscription 60,000 equity shares of rupees 10 each at a premium of rupees 4 per share, payable as under. Rupees 4 on application, rupees 5 on allotment including premium is rupees 4, rupees 2.5 on first call, and rupees 2.5 on final call. Applications were received for 75,000 shares. The shares were allotted pro rata to the applicants for 70,000 shares. See, they received applications for 75,000 shares. But pro rata allotment is made to applicants for 70,000 shares. Money overpaid on applications was adjusted towards sums due on allotment. A, to whom 1200 shares were allotted, failed to pay the allotment money, and even the first and second call also. B, to whom 1800 shares were allotted, failed to pay the 2 calls. These shares were forfeited after the final call and were reissued to Rajesh as fully paid at rupees 11 per share. So in this question we see that people apply for 75,000 shares, but pro rata allotment is made to applicants for 70,000 shares. That means the applicants for the rest 5,000 shares, their money is refunded. That means that is returned back by the company. But when they get the application money, they are getting application money for 75,000 shares. So first journal entry will be bank account debit 75,000 into 4 rupees application, 3 lakh, 2 share application account, 3 lakh. Then share application account debit 3 lakh, 2 share capital, it will be 60,000 into 4. Because only 60,000 shares are allotted by the company. That is 2,40,000. Then to bank, the money that is refunded. People who applied for 5,000 shares, their money is refunded. So when they applied for 5,000 shares, they paid 5,000 into 4. That is 20,000. So that is to bank, the money is refunded. And the remaining 40,000 out of 3 lakh is transferred to share allotment account. So you understand over here that 40,000 extra money, actually people who applied for 70,000 shares, they are allotted 60,000 shares. So application has been received for more than 10,000 shares. So 10,000 into 4, 40,000 is extra money received, that is adjusted towards allotment. Then we come to the allotment due entry. Share allotment account debit 60,000 into 5, 3 lakh. To share capital, it will be 60,000 into 1, that will be 60,000. and 2 securities premium reserve account, it will be 60,000 into 4, 2,40,000. Here out of that 5 rupees, 4 rupees was premium and 1 rupee was capital. So we are transferring 60,000 into 1, 60,000 to capital, and the rest 60,000 into 4, 2,40,000 to securities premium reserve account. Then we have to see that A, to whom 1200 shares was allotted, he failed to pay the allotment money. So first for that we have to see the calculation, how many shares did he apply for. Now those who applied for 70,000 shares, they were allotted 60,000 shares. That means A, who was allotted 1200 shares, he had applied for 70,000 divided by 60,000 into 1200, that is 1400 shares. So he applied for 1400 shares, but he was allotted 1200 shares. Now when he applied for 1400 shares, with application he paid 1400 into 4, that is 5600. But his application money should be 1200 into 4, that is 4800. That means how much extra he has paid? 5600 minus 4800. 800 extra he has paid, which will be adjusted towards his allotment money due. Now allotment amount is 1200 into 5, 6000, out of which he has already paid 800. So another 5200 he was supposed to pay with allotment. Now this 5200 he is unable to pay. So that is your calls in arrears. Okay, so 5200 less we will be getting when we receive the allotment money. So we have seen share allotment account debit 3 lakh, to share capital 60,000, to securities premium reserve 2,40,000. Then bank entry will be bank account debit 3 lakh minus 40,000, which we have already received and kept for allotment. If you look at the second entry, then minus 5200, that is the calls in arrears. So bank account debit 2,54,800. 3 lakh minus 40,000 minus 5200. Calls in arrears account debit 5200. To share allotment account it will be 2,60,000. Not 3 lakh, 2,60,000, because we have already got 40,000 with application. Then we come to the first call. Share first call account debit 60,000 into 2.5, that is 1,50,000. To share capital account 1,50,000. Then bank account debit 1,42,500. Why 1,42,500? Because here A, to whom 1200 shares was allotted, and B, to whom 1800 shares was allotted. That means total how many shares? 1800 plus 1200, 3000. So on 3000 shares, we are not getting the first call money. So the amount of calls in arrears will be 3000 into 2.5. 2.5 is the first call money. That is 7500. So bank account debit 1,42,500. Calls in arrears account debit 7500. To share first call 1,50,000. Similarly second call also. Share second call account debit 60,000 into 2.5, 1,50,000. To share capital account 1,50,000. Again here arrears will be 7,500. Same amount, that is 3,000 into 2.5. So bank account debit 1,42,500. Calls in arrears account debit 7,500. To share second call account 1,50,000. After the second call, now we come to the forfeiture of the shares. So first entry for forfeiture will be share capital account debit 3,000 into 10, 30,000. Securities premium reserve account debit 4,800. On 1200 shares we did not get the premium money. So 1200 into 4, that is 4,800. Now since we have not got the securities premium, that is why we are debiting it. Had we received the premium money, we would not have debited securities premium reserve. Then two calls in arrears, it will be 20,200. 7,500 for first call, 7,500 for second call, and 5,200 for allotment. Total comes to 20,200. 2 shares forfeited account, 14,600. Then comes the reissue entry. Now all these shares were reissued to Rajesh as fully paid at rupees 11 per share. So bank account debit 3,000 into 11, 33,000. 2 share capital account 30,000. 2 securities premium reserve account 3,000. The shares are issued at rupees 11, but they are considered as rupees 10 paid up. So they are issued at a premium of 1 rupee. So you see, when we reissue, nothing is used from the shares forfeited account, since all of them are reissued at a premium. So the entire shares forfeited account balance 14,600 is a capital profit for the company, and it will be transferred to capital reserve. So the next entry will be shares forfeited account debit 14,600 to capital reserve 14,600. So since we are not using any shares forfeited account when we are reissuing, the entire amount 14,600, which was credited to shares forfeited account when we forfeited the shares, is transferred to capital reserve by passing this entry. Now we will be looking at another type of question. Question number 60. Khushbu Limited issued for public subscription 50,000 equity shares of rupees 10 each at a premium of 30%, payable as under. 30% will be 3 rupees, 30% of rupees 10. Rupees 4 on application, rupees 5 on allotment including premium, and rupees 4 on first and final call. So total it makes to 13 rupees. Applications were received for 10,000, 1 lakh shares. Allotment was made pro rata to the applicants for 80,000 shares. Money received on application was adjusted towards sums due on allotment, that is extra money received. Chatterjee, to whom 1,000 shares were allotted, failed to pay the allotment and call money. These shares were forfeited and reissued. Half of them were reissued as fully paid at a discount of 10%. So Chatterjee was allotted 1,000 shares, they were forfeited, and half of them, that is 500, were reissued at a discount of 10%. So first entry, bank account debit 4 lakh. They received applications for 1 lakh shares. So bank account debit, it will be 1 lakh into 4 rupees on application. That is 4 lakh. 2 share application account 4 lakh. Then share application account debit 4 lakh. 2 share capital, 50,000 shares are allotted. So 50,000 into 4, 2 lakh. 2 bank, 20,000 into 4. See, the company received applications for 1 lakh shares, and they made pro rata allotment to people who applied for 80,000 shares. That means 20,000 applicants' money was refunded. So 20,000 into 4, that is 80,000. That is 2 bank. 2 share allotment account, the rest of the money, 4 lakh minus 2 lakh minus 80,000, that is 1 lakh 20,000. Then comes allotment entry. Share allotment account debit 2 lakh 50,000. 50,000 into 5. 2 share capital, it will be 50,000 into 2. Out of the 5 rupees, 2 rupees was capital and 3 rupees was premium. So 2 share capital, 50,000 into 2, 1 lakh. And 2 securities premium reserve account, 50,000 into 3, 1 lakh 50,000. Then we come to the bank entry. So before we come to the bank entry, we have to understand that how many shares were applied for by Chatterjee. Now those who applied for 80,000 shares, they were allotted 50,000 shares. Chatterjee was allotted 1,000 shares. That means he applied for 80,000, divided by 50,000 into 1,000. That is coming to 1600 shares. So with application he paid 1600 into 4, that is 6400. And he was allotted 1000 shares. So it is 1000 into 4, 4000 is the application money. So extra he had given 2400, 6400 minus 4000, 2400. Now he was supposed to pay 1000 into 2, 2000 rupees for capital. We are talking of allotment. And 1000 into 3, 3000 rupees for premium. That is total 5000 rupees he was supposed to pay at the time of allotment, out of which he has already paid 2400. Now what we will do, this extra money 2400 which he has paid, now this is a new concept. 2000 we will assume that it is paid towards capital, and the remaining 400 we will assume that it is paid towards premium. Okay, so whenever we make adjustment of excess money, first adjustment will be made for payment towards capital money. So out of that 2400, 2000 will be adjusted towards payment of capital, and 400 will be adjusted for payment of premium money. So total arrear will be 5000 minus 2400, that is 2600. Out of which 2600 is the arrear only for premium, because they have paid 400 rupees for premium. Don't make a mistake over here. This is very, very important. Now, when we come to the bank entry, bank account debit 1,27,400. This is equal to, how do we get this? 2,50,000 we were supposed to get, out of which we have already got 1,20,000, which we have already got with application, which is adjusted towards allotment. So that will subtract, and here 2600 is the arrear. So total amount we are getting is 2,50,000 minus 1,20,000 minus 2600, that is 1,27,400. Calls in arrears account will be debited with 2600. To share allotment account, it will be total 1,30,000. Then share call account debit 50,000 into 4, 2 lakh. To share capital 2 lakh. Bank account debit 1,96,000. Chatterjee was having 1000 shares. He did not pay 1000 into 4, 4000 rupees. So calls in arrears account will be debited by 4000. To share call account, it will be 2 lakh. Now we come to the forfeiture entry. Share capital account debit 1000 into 10,000. Securities premium reserve account will be debited by 2600, not by 3000, because 400 was paid for premium. Out of the extra 2400 which he had on application, 2000 was paid towards capital and 400 was paid towards premium. That means premium money, your arrear is 2600. So securities premium reserve account will be debited with 2600. Two calls in arrears, it will be 6600, and two share forfeiture, it will be 6000. Now if you look at the calls in arrears at the time of first call, that is first and final call, 4000, and calls in arrears at the time of allotment 2600. So total 6600. So two calls in arrears 6600 and two share forfeiture 6000. 12,600 minus 6600. Now half of the shares, that means 500 shares, are issued at a discount of 1 rupee. That means it will be 9 rupees. 10 minus 1%, 10% of 10 rupees, that is 1 rupee. So bank account debit, it will be 500 into 9, 4500. Share forfeiture account will be debited by 500. To share capital account 55,000. Now share forfeiture account debit 2500, to capital reserve 2500. How is that coming? Now, when the company forfeited 1000 shares, the company forfeited 6,000 rupees. In the share forfeiture, how much did we have? 6,000. So, for 1000 shares, the amount in the share forfeiture was 6,000. So, for 500 shares, the amount in the share forfeiture will be 3,000, half of that. Out of that 3,000, when we are reissuing, we are debiting share forfeiture by 500. So 3,000 minus 500, 2,500 remains. That will be transferred to capital reserve. By passing the entry, share forfeiture account debit 2,500 to capital reserve 2,500. Remember, this is a question where the excess application money, a part of that was adjusted towards premium money. Now here we will not forget that extra money will always be first adjusted towards capital, and then if something excess remains, that will be adjusted towards premium. So out of that 2,400 extra, 2,000 was adjusted first towards capital and only 400 was adjusted towards payment of premium. So premium money arrear became 2,600, and that is the amount we debited at the time of forfeiture.